Hello, my friends. In today's video, I want to tackle a very powerful and important topic that many people understand, and that is making money on YouTube and podcasting versus with YouTube and with podcasting. There's a massive difference, especially for us, authors, coaches, and speakers and activators. So let's clear something first of all, shall we? As I said, there's a huge difference between making money on YouTube and making money with YouTube. It's like the difference between a drive-through coffee at McDonald's versus a barista coffee shop, real coffee shop, mom and pop, who knows your name and your oatmeal ratio kind of difference. Most coaches don't realize it, but they're chasing the wrong game on YouTube. They're trying to be influencers when they should be building income. So in today's video, I'm breaking it down. What's the difference between on versus with? Why making money with YouTube is the better path for coaches by far. And now you can start even if you have zero audience and zero editing skills. First of all, let's talk about making money on YouTube, also known as the influencer game, chasing the algorithm, the vanity metrics, where you're ruled by the number of subscribers, numbers of views, downloads, and so on and so forth. That works if you already are a celebrity, if you have a massive existing audience, or if you're already a world-class expert known in a very specific niche with a few PhDs after your name, or a few letters after your name. In that case, yes, you can make money right away, and a lot of money. But if you're not, most people are not, I'm definitely not one of those, it's going to take a long while to get there, because the game to be an influencer on YouTube and to make money on YouTube is a very long game. You need to build, first of all, a huge channel. Even to get monetized initially, you need to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watched hours on YouTube to be technically monetized. For me, that took me a year and a half to be technically monetized. Then you need to get thousands of subscribers, and then you make your money through ads, brand deals, maybe YouTube premium views, and so on and so forth. Again, you're becoming a slave to the algorithm, chasing vanity metrics all the time. That's not really fun. Absolutely not. It takes a lot of the fun out of the game. Until you realize that you don't need millions of views to make a few $100. Unless, of course, your niche is something very trendy, like people falling into bushes. It's going to be a big, big, big slog. You become a content machine, a performer, and suddenly your job as a coach, forget about coaching. You just create a job for yourself, editing videos around the clock, even at midnight or 2 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock in the morning, and praying for that algorithm blessing, and praying that YouTube and Google do not make their dreaded algorithm updates, because when they do, that's the death of your traffic source. And unfortunately, this is why, and this is how 99% of people, coaches especially, approach YouTube and podcasting. It's a losing game, because even if you to make a few, sorry about that. So on that game, the influential game, you're getting paid literally pennies for every 1,000 views. So even if to make $1,000, you need to have a boatload of views. And let's face it, guys, we're not here trying to become the next Mr. Beast or Mrs. Beast. What you're trying to do is to become Mr. Breakthrough, Mrs. Transformation, or Dr. Let's get you unstuck. Now, having cleared what making money on YouTube is, now let's take a look at the much more effective, better way to make money, and that is making money with YouTube and with podcasting. And that's the coach's secret weapon. That's been my secret weapon. Now let's flip the script. Making money with YouTube means using the platform as a client attraction engine. YouTube becomes your stage, your storefront, your homepage, so to speak, your audition tape, your TV channel, TV network, radio station. It's like having literally your own Netflix show where your dream clients binge watch and think, wow, he understands me. She speaks my language. What the hell has this person been all my life? And you're definitely not chasing views. You're filtering for it. Every video is doing the heavy lifting for you, building trust, building rapport, establishing authority, speaking directly to people ready to work with you, straight from your heart to their heart. And guess what? You can have 150, 100, even 50 subscribers and still be getting high-ticket client. True story. I did. I got my first client when my channel had barely 100 subscribers. And then from 100 to 200 subscribers, I get 60 clients. Now I'm barely just under 1,500 subscribers, to be exact, 1,496 subscribers. And I way past the 100 high-ticket and very happy clients. Now let's talk about why this matters for you as a coach, as a speaker, as a mentor, as an activator. Even more so if you currently have absolutely no audience yet. So here's why this is a game changer. If you're, as I said, a coach, mentor, activator, speaker, and you're just starting out, or even if you're just pivoting, because as I said, you don't need a massive audience. As a matter of fact, you don't even need an audience to start with. What you need is you need aligned messaging in the right format. YouTube search, suggested videos, and your own content ecosystem can bring in exactly the right people. You don't need the world to listen to find you. You need the right people. The people who have the problem you solve, the people who are actively looking for answers, and people that want to know, like, and trust you before investing. Basically, people that need the exact pain point, the solution to exact pain point that you can solve. And that pain point is basically what you've overcome yourself. Because I said earlier, when people are looking for a coach, they're not looking for a disconnected billionaire. They're looking for someone who's just a few steps ahead of them, 1, 2, 3, or 4 steps ahead of them. Someone that they can relate with, identify with, resonate with, someone that they can see themselves in. That's what they want. They want a big brother, a big sister that's been in the shoes and overcame successfully what they're going through to say, hey, hold my hand. I've been in your shoes. I know what it takes to get out of there. And together, we'll get you out of there as well. So again, it's about getting your message to the right people. And YouTube lets them just do that on autopilot around the clock, 24/7. While your social media posts disappear in 24 hours, at times even a few hours. The YouTube videos, they can still be working for you years from now. I still have people that watch my first few episodes from 4 years ago, 5 years ago. And that is what's called compounding content. And it's your best friend. Now let's do a more real life comparison between being an influencer versus an expert. So let's say you're a confidence coach, for example, and an influencer coach might be focused on how to go viral with 5 tips to fake confidence fast. Fake it till you make it, so to speak. Catchy? Yeah, sure. But not really sustainable. But it's even worse. That's for the mass appeal. And as we both know, if you're trying to help everyone with all the issues, you're helping nobody. Because you need a message to be tuned in, laser focused to one very specific person with one very specific pain point. So when he or she hears your message, they say, oh, wow, he understands me. She speaks my language. That's exactly what I need. So you as a transformational coach, what you need to do is make a video that says, for example, why you still feel like an imposter, even with all your certifications. Why you still feel like your message doesn't matter, even after 500 episodes. Why do you want to become an author? Who's going to read your story even after you've had 4 number 1 international best-selling author and so on and so forth? Boom, that's it. Now we're speaking the real fluff, the real stuff, sorry, not fluff. And that video might only get 500 views, heck, even 50. I'm lucky if my videos get more than 50 views, but that's okay. Out of those, however number of views you get, 50, 500, whatever. Let's say 5 book a call, and 2 or even 1 becomes a client at $3,000. That's 3,000 or 6,000, depending on how many you get. Meanwhile, our influencer friend is still trying to hit 1 million views for an ad revenue check that barely covers the rent. True story. 2 months ago, here in Vietnam, I was invited to be a speaker at a conference for digital nomads called Vietnam Nomad Fest. Before my talk, there was a gentleman from the US. He was teaching how to make money on YouTube. So he's been building his channel since 2019, typical vlogger. Now he lives in Thailand. And he proudly showed his earnings for the month of January, a grand total of $964. And when I asked him, so how long did it take you to get there? He said it took me 3 years. So 3 years to start making money vlogging the influencer way. And still, after all, it barely made him less than $1,000. Well, he was happy because that pays his rent. But do you really want to be investing 3 years of your life for something that makes you less than $1,000? I know I don't. When my talk came right after his, when I shared that, hey, you don't need an audience. You don't need to make money on YouTube, but with YouTube. And you can get your first and next high-ticket client, even if you have no audience to start with, from day 1, almost day 1, and as little as 30 days. People looking at me, wait a second, is that even legal? I said, absolutely. You don't need to have your message to the masses. You need it to the right people, because for the right person at the right time, your message is not only transformational, but a godsend, a gift from God, a lifesaver potentially. So that's what I mean. It's not about becoming an influencer, but being an expert. And the best part, you already have everything you need. You don't need to invest 4 years at a new degree, learn a new skill, none of that. As a person, even before the coach, the activator, the mentor, as a human being, as a man and woman, you're already sitting on a gold mine. Look at your life. Look at your stories, because you have stories, frameworks, your wins from past clients, lessons from your journey, and so on and so forth. All of that becomes beautiful, impactful, purposeful, transformational content with real, valuable, client-converting content. You don't need to be flashy. You just need to be authentic, speak from the heart, and strategic. And honestly, the bar for coaches on YouTube is shockingly low, because most people out there are reading bullet points off of slides, while you show up as yourself, speak from the heart, authentically, naturally, confidently, with heart, with passion, with real value. You're going to shine and you're going to boost up like a rocket, and people will notice. Because in today's age, with everybody's, of the attention span of a goldfish, and with all things being superficial and swipe, scroll, what people are really craving for is authenticity, speaking from the heart. And this is what you do when you have these long conversation, 30, 60 minutes or more on a podcast, on a YouTube video. So this is what I mean. This is truly life-changing. When I started my talk at that conference 2 months ago here in Vietnam, I started with this. Everything I have in life, I owe it to God, my family, and my podcast, in that order, literally. So now, let's talk about how you can start making money with YouTube in 1, 2, 3 very easy steps. Let me give you a very simple roadmap to start making money with YouTube as a coach, as a guide, as a mentor, as an activator, as a big brother, big sister. Step one, you need to nail your niche and offer. What is the one specific pain point you can solve and for who? What's the transformation you deliver? What's the pain point you solve? Package it in a way that's irresistible. Step two, start creating content, not just random content, but laser focused content around that very specific pain point for that specific person, not for the masses, but for a very specific person. You're going to be starting creating authority driven content that's going to build trust, rapport, while displaying your expertise. You can start making 1 or 2 videos a week that speak directly to your dream client's problems. That number one specific pain point, not 55 problems under the sun. One specific problem, pain point for one very specific person. Use titles like they're actually searching for, not jargon, and talk like a human, very specific. Share their stories of what you had to go through. Because again, one of my favorite saying is, your crap is your gold. Or in a more PC way, your mess is your message. Look at what kind of challenges you overcame yourself and simply talk about that, share about that. Again, one specific pain point, one specific person. And then step 3, add a call to action. Tell them how to work with you. Book a call, download the guide, DM me the word grow, whatever. Tell them what's the next step. Lead them, guide them, show them, hey, that you have a plan and you have a path for them. Give it to them. That's it. There's no need for you to do viral dancing or do backflips and be living literally on IG or TikTok. Absolutely not. So let's recap. I sincerely hope that this has been inspirational for you and planted the seed as to what it takes and how you should make money with YouTube, not on YouTube. So here's what I want you to take away from today. YouTube isn't just a platform. It's a pipeline. And you don't have to be a full-time YouTuber or be a full-time coach with clients. You don't need a ring light. Remember those? A viral strategy or a trendy intro. What you need is to show up as the guide, the big brother, big sister, the mentor, the activator that your future clients are already searching for. That's all. And if you want to help creating and launching your own profitable podcast and YouTube channel without the overwhelm, I'd love to support you. Inside my profitable podcast and YouTube Academy, I help coaches just like you identify your zone of genius, craft your irresistible slam dunk high ticket offer, launch your profitable podcast and YouTube channel so that you can get your first or next high ticket client in as little as 30 days from launch. Even if you're starting with absolutely no audience, no ads, no stress, no dancing on TikTok or Reels. If that sounds like something you'd love to, please comment below or DM me the word YouTube and I'll send you the details. Let's stop trying to make money on YouTube and let's start making money with YouTube. So thank you for hanging out today and I'll see you in the next one. And remember, your voice is the most profitable thing you own. Now let's bring it to the people that need you. Take care. See you next one. Cheers.